What have you got, Tran?
Surface scanners have picked up a hard echo from a point 80 kilometers north of the Rift Valley in Sector 4.
Is it Pandora?
Jericho thinks so. They started the countdown for the launch of the planetary lander. The crew is on board, and the lander's been prepped for launch.
What the hell is that?
Sensors are picking up a contact coming from the other side of Persephone. It's accelerating at 100 gravities. We have another contact.
UN battle drones. Sound general quarters.
Make that 4 contacts. Probable identification, United Nations Autonomous Strike Craft, Galley class. The drones will be in range of the Lexington in 110 seconds.
Communications. Give me the Jericho CO on audio. Tran, what do we have in the air?
We have 9 drones out front in a standard screen. All are now changing course to intercept. We now have multiple contacts. 10, 11. No, make that 12 incoming drones.
We need room. Take us out of orbit. Give me 1 G of acceleration on a vector 130 degrees, Mark 30. Power up the railguns and pulse cannons. If any of the drones make it through our screen, begin ECM when they get within 10,000 meters.
Yes, sir. Course 130 by 30, acceleration 1G.
Captain McCain standing by, sir.
Stephen, what's going on?
Captain, we're under attack by UN battle drones. Abort the lander countdown and secure the ship. Close up within 1,000 meters of the Lexington. We'll cover you with our close-in combat system.
All 9 fleet defense drones are accelerating for an intercept.
Sir, telemetry is coming in from all drones.
There's Mama. Looks like a Geneva-class heavy cruiser.
First one's on the scene. Like hell. They've been waiting for us.
The attacking drones have engaged and destroyed my fleet defense units. There are 5 surviving UN drones. All are now decelerating and will be in range within 15,
Captain McCain is
14,
requesting instructions,
13,
sir.
12,
stand by.
11,
Hands, hear this.
10,
This is the bridge.
9,
Stand
8,
by for combat.
7,
nothing we can do.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Here they come.
1.
Incoming drones on R6. We've been hit. Heavy damage in engineering. The Jericho has been hit. Breach on deck 2. 3 o'clock. The backup coolant systems are coming online. Oh my god. We're still losing coolant. This mother is going to melt down if we don't seal that system.
CICS is down. I repeat, we've lost the close-in combat system.
All the coolant systems are down.
We aren't gonna make it.
UN vessel. This is Captain Stephen Dana of the USS Lexington. I am prepared to offer complete and unconditional surrender. I wish to evacuate my crew and that of the science vessel Jericho using intership shuttles. We are to be taken aboard your vessel and treated as prisoners of war under the Geneva Convention. Please, call off the attack.
This is Commander Garrick of the UNS Dharma. Your surrender is accepted. Deactivate your weapon systems and power down. You have 20 minutes to abandon ship. Garrick out.
Understood. Lexington out. Clear the bridge and prepare to abandon ship. Tran, stay here with me.
Sir, what the hell are you doing? We surrendered? Are you out of your mind? We can't surrender. That's not even an option during a normal TAC-op. I should relieve you of command. But we can still take out the Jericho ourselves with a ship-to-ship missile and then put the Lexington on self-destruct. We can't let those UN bastards get their hands on anything or anybody that will give away this mission.
They won't, Tran.
Oh, the hell they won't. You're just about handing it to them. I mean, you even want to evacuate the crew. I can't believe this. Why did we even bother fighting back?
If you're finished, Commander, I don't have any intention of turning the Lexington or the Jericho over to Garrick.
Sir?
There's very little time. You are to take Randall down to the weapons bay and pull a 500-kiloton nuclear warhead off of a ship-to-ship missile. Now use the TAC console to arm the thing. Set the warhead to detonate based on proximity, and cancel out the mass of the Lexington and the intership shuttle. Now stow the damn thing in a compartment on the shuttle. When that's done, go and complete your final log entry and return to the shuttle bay. Do you understand me now, Tran? I'm going to sound the call to abandon ship. The crews of the Lexington and Jericho will use intership shuttles to transfer over to the Dharma.
The bomb will go off when the shuttle is pulled into the Dharma's docking bay.
And vaporize Garrick in that goddamn ship.
Everybody in both crews will be dead.
All but one. When the Dharma runs a scan of the two shuttles, most everybody has to be accounted for. I think we can get away with one missing body. I intend to leave one person on board the Lexington, unconscious. It will be up to him to complete the mission. We're all dead anyway. At least we're gonna go together, Tran.
I understand, Captain.
Very well. I'll meet you in the shuttle bay in 15 minutes.
Aye, aye, sir.
Tran has taken care of loading the thermonuclear warhead on the shuttle. I've given the order to abandon ship. The crewman I've selected is unconscious on Deck 2. God willing, he'll be able to patch this ship together, transfer the planetary lander from the Jericho, and finish this mission.
Abandoned ship. Abandoned ship. All hands report to the shuttle bay for evacuation.
Computer. In Captain's log entry. Open AV Data Store Melissa 4. Record personal message. Audio only. Encryption Delta. To be decoded only on access by Melissa Dana. The war took your mother soon after you were born. Now the war has taken me. I'm truly sorry that you must grow up with holograms as your only real memories of us. You're so beautiful, Melissa. Just like your mother. Please, try not to be bitter. One of the reasons that we're gone is so that you'll have a chance to live in the only way we believe is right. Keep us with you always. I love you. Computer. End message.
Abandoned ship. Abandoned ship. All hands report to the shuttle bay for evacuation.
Lexington shuttle to Dharma. We are now leaving the Lexington.
Dharma to Lexington shuttle. We detect one human life sign aboard the Lexington. Explain or be destroyed.
Lexington shuttle here. Your deadline gave us no time to search the ship for casualties. Subject may be unconscious.
Unfortunate. Do not attempt to turn back. Your approach to the Dharma is cleared. Garrick out.
Emergency decompression alert. Pressure is dropping rapidly on Deck 2.
Computer?
The main computer is down. Voice access to Deck 2 local systems only.
Where is everybody?
You are the only member of the crew currently on Deck 2. Because contact has been lost with the main computer, there is no information about crew status on any other deck.
What the hell is going on? Give me a status report.
Contact with the main computer system was lost at 22:31:22. Autonomic ship functions have been delegated to local nodes. At 22:45:07, internal sensors detected an impact and subsequent decompression in Deck 2, Stateroom 2 Bravo. A warning was issued to all personnel to evacuate Deck 2. At 22:50:10, all of Deck 2 was placed under damage control condition Zebra.
What is damage control condition Zebra?
Condition Zebra is the most serious of the 4 damage containment and control procedures and is implemented only if the survival of the ship is in doubt. Condition Zebra applies to all airtight compartments that have been sealed off from the rest of the ship due to hull integrity failure. No hatches, doors, or valves leading to or from the affected compartments may be opened without the authorization of the commanding officer.
What caused the impact?
Unknown. The initial pressure loss was immediate and catastrophic, but was localized to one stateroom. The DCS knowledge base suggests that the damage may have been caused by a laser, particle beam, kinetic kill weapon, high-velocity micrometeorite, or a microfragment from a nearby explosion.
What is the DCS knowledge base?
All decks are equipped with a local expert system known as the Damage Control System Knowledge Base, or DCS Knowledge Base.
Why impose condition Zebra for a loss of pressure in just one stateroom?
The initial pressure loss was contained in Stateroom 2 Bravo. Unfortunately, the door leading to Stateroom 2 Bravo was not designed as an airtight fitting, and cannot withstand the pressure differential between the normal atmospheric pressure in the corridor outside and the vacuum inside the stateroom. Air is currently leaking around the door seals, an indication that the door may give way at any time.
How do I fix the damage?
Emergency hull patch kits can be found in the compartments directly over the general-purpose computer terminals installed in the common areas of each deck.
What will it take to secure from condition Zebra?
Hull integrity must be restored.
What is the status of life support for this deck?
Atmosphere replenishment for Deck 2 has been terminated in compliance with condition Zebra procedures.
I need access to the other decks.
Authorization from the commanding officer is required to enter or leave any compartments under condition Zebra.
What if I'm the last one on the ship? Would that make me commanding officer?
That is correct.
I need access to the other decks.
Authorization from the commanding officer is required to enter or leave any compartments under condition Zebra.
What if I'm the last one on the ship? Would that make me commanding officer?
That is correct.
I'm done.
Access terminated by user. Emergency decompression alert. Pressure is dropping rapidly on Deck 2. This stateroom is protected by the privacy laws. You are not the legal occupant assigned to this stateroom. A VIS override code is required to gain access to this space. Access granted.
USS Lexington, Captain's Log. I don't have much time. The bridge recorders and comm logs will have full transcripts of the events that led to the current situation. This is a subjective account intended for the Captain's Log only. I'm afraid any gaps must be filled in later using previous entries. A lot has gone wrong since we first arrived in orbit around Persephone. Godforsaken world at the end of a 68 light-year voyage that has tried my ship and my crew. The details of this mission are known only to myself, my XO Lieutenant Commander Tran, and the captain of the Jericho, the science ship we've escorted from Earth. The three of us have carried this secret, a burden that has gotten heavier during each week of the trip out. We knew that what we might find on Persephone could well help us turn the tide in the war with the United Nations. We knew that it might even change the course of human history. Things haven't worked out that way. And as strange as it seems, I think the crew knew towards the end that this was going to be a one-way trip. A sense of foreboding crept over the ship as Persephone came into visual range. As we got closer, I could see it in their eyes, in their drawn and exhausted faces. I could feel it in myself, an almost palpable dread that permeated every corner of the ship. It was justified. Nothing could have prepared us for the hell that was waiting on the other side of Persephone.
Emergency decompression alert. Pressure is dropping rapidly on Deck 2.
I'm sure you're wondering what's going on. I'll explain. You are probably aware that the Lexington was attacked by a UN ship. We were outgunned and on the verge of being destroyed when Captain Dana notified the UN captain of our desire to surrender. Garrick agreed to take the crew of the Lexington and Jericho aboard before destroying both ships. As I record this message, Garrick is waiting for us to transfer over to his ship on the Lexington shuttle. You are the only one left behind. If we're lucky, the UN bastard will ignore one crewman left on board the Lexington. We intend to detonate a thermonuclear device after our shuttle has been taken aboard the UN vessel. This will completely destroy their ship. It will also kill everyone on board both shuttles. This should leave you free to complete our mission. There is nothing more important than this mission, including the lives of the crew. We died so that you can finish what we started. Our ship was badly hurt during the UN attack. The first thing you must do is deal with the worst of the battle damage. There are problems which directly threaten the near-term survival of the ship. Now, first of all, the primary power reactor is headed for a meltdown because the coolant system has failed. The molten core will eat through the containment vessel of the reactor and set off the fuel for the fusion engines. The resulting explosion will completely destroy the Lexington and the nearby Jericho. You need to get to engineering and stop the runaway chain reaction. The meltdown is the top priority. When you deal with that problem, then you must get the central computer back in operation. Without that, you cannot complete the mission. Currently, all computer processing has been delegated to the smaller, decentralized computers that exist on each deck of the ship. They do not communicate with each other except on a very primitive level, enough to keep what you might think of as subconscious ship functions going. There is no overall guiding intelligence in these autonomous systems. The ship's central computer is made up of Turing cores and is home to the complex software that gives the ship's computer its smarts. The higher functions of the ship's brain reside in the central computer cores. These cores are currently inoperative. The primary cores were destroyed, and the secondary cores failed to activate the way they were supposed to. You must get the central computer back online. I've recorded one more message. You'll hear from me again when you get the central computer back in operation. I have key-coded the message so that the higher functions of the main computer will pick it up and display it for you as soon as the central cores are once again operational. Good luck, and be careful. Tran out.
Emergency decompression alert. Pressure is dropping rapidly on Deck 2.
All Alliance ships, this is the USS Lexington. Hull ID, Lima Charlie Bravo Hotel 09er. Mayday, Mayday. We are under attack by a UN Geneva-class heavy cruiser. Our defensive screen has been penetrated. Our mission has been compromised. The ship has sustained serious damage. The electronics in the external communications array were shorted out by an enemy strike while we were moving the dish to acquire new transmission coordinates. Our dish is now locked in a useless position. If you receive this message, please retransmit to the Alliance base on Erebus as soon as possible. Stand by for a coded telemetry burst with mission data under paradox encryption.
This stateroom is protected. Access denied. Emergency decompression alert. Pressure is dropping rapidly on Deck 2. This stateroom. Access denied. This stateroom. Access granted. The pressure on Deck 2 has stabilized. Deck 2 has been secured from damage control condition Zebra. Access granted. Deck 5. Reactor spaces. Warning. A coolant leak in the power reactor has contaminated the reactor spaces. You are in a radiation hazard area. All personnel must wear proper protective gear and carry radiation monitoring equipment. Coolant leak in the power reactor has contaminated the reactor spaces. You are in a radiation hazard area. All personnel must wear proper protective gear and carry radiation monitoring equipment.
Computer?
The main computer is...
Status report.
The situation in the engineering module is critical. Multiple enemy beam weapon and missile hits registered between 22:30:14 and 22:31:45 have caused a Criticality 1 fault in the primary power reactor coolant system. Containment failure is imminent. Containment failure will result in the loss of the ship. Contact with the main computer system was lost at 22:31:22. Local systems took over monitoring and control of autonomic functions at 22:31:23. There are also multiple Criticality 2 and 3 faults which require attention once conditions have stabilized.
Describe critical faults.
DCS faults are listed in order of criticality. Criticality 1. The coolant system for the primary power reactor has failed. Coolant pipes were ruptured by shear stress from missile impacts and by the heat from beam weapon strikes that penetrated the hull. Radioactive coolant has escaped into crew spaces. Coolant loss has reached critical levels. The reactor core temperature is rising. Containment failure is imminent. Criticality 2. Multiple engineering systems have suffered primary and secondary failures. These are Criticality 2 faults because these systems have tripped tertiary backups and are now operating without any backup at all. The affected systems are fusion containment monitoring, thrust vectoring control, compression laser calibration, compression laser monitoring and control, deuterium tritium fuel feed, FCS damping, FCS switching, gamma flux monitoring, and the superconducting magnetic coils in sections Charlie, Golf, November, and X-ray.
How do I deal with the reactor coolant failure?
Access the reactor coolant system through the console in the main engineering area.
What is the reactor coolant system?
The reactor coolant system consists of a network of holding tanks, pipes, pumps, and automated valves. The RCS console provides...
What will happen if reactor containment fails?
The core will reach a temperature such that it will melt through the reactor containment vessel and then fall in the direction of thrust. Currently, the Lexington is in a 0.2 G-powered orbit around Persephone. The molten core would thus fall aft and down, melting through the engineering module of the ship.
Why isn't there magnetic containment for the core?
The operating principle behind the ship's power reactor is a slow fission system, not a sustained plasma fusion reaction common to planet-based power systems. Magnetic containment would be inappropriate given the design criteria for the ship.
Can't I just shut the reactor down? Why does the ship need a reactor if it has fusion engines?
The power reactor cannot be scrammed because the control rods are currently jammed in a position that represents 75% of the reactor's operating capacity. Coolant must be restored to the core in order to bring the reactor temperature down. The compression lasers collapse the fuel pellets and create the fusion reaction that drives the ship. The power reactor also feeds the ship's electrical systems, indirectly supplying power to all life support, computer, communications, and optoelectronic systems.
Do any of the Criticality 2 faults represent an immediate danger to the ship?
Negative. All systems with Criticality 2 faults are operating within acceptable parameters. They are identified as Criticality 2 faults because they are Class 1 systems, and there are now no backup systems in case of further damage.
I'm done.
Access terminated by user. Deck 3. This stateroom is protected by the privacy laws. You are not... Access granted.
Welcome to Hideki's House of Hacking Fun.
This stateroom is protected by the privacy laws. You are not the legal... Access granted. This stateroom is protected by... Access granted. Deck 6. Deck 2. This stateroom. Access granted. Deck 5.
Scramble Blue, attention Sword. Codename Damocles. Authentication Echo 2 Alpha 3 5. Transmitting at 22.59er with a periodic low-power NGCS burst. This is James Poole on the USS Lexington. Message follows. Per the last transmission from Dharma, I armed the bomb this morning before the officer's briefing, when I had the room to myself. If you intend to board the Lexington, you will need to disarm the bomb immediately upon arrival. The timer has been set according to instructions. Poole out. Message repeats.
Put the combo on this door because I was afraid one of you might come in and mess with the main computer. Please see me if you think you need to get in here. できるものならやってみろ。
Access granted.
Congratulations. You got the central computer system back online. Now you must figure out a way to get the communication systems back in working order. The tachyon beam transmitter is a large parabolic dish on the outside of the hull. The control systems for that dish have been rendered inoperative. You must figure out how to get the targeting and control mechanism for the dish working again. Once the system is up, override the looping distress call by entering the following code. MELISSA, Melissa. Then ask the central computer to run the IPS program and use it to align the dish on the Tachyon relay beacon sitting near the jump point in this star system. You will have to establish a relay connection through a web of jump points to reach any bases or ships. You will need to talk to the Alliance base on Erebus. They will explain the Lexington's mission and can help you finish that mission in real time. I've done everything I can. Good luck. Tran out.
Deck 2. Deck 3.
Welcome to the USS Lexington orientation. The United States Congress authorized the development of a new class of warships in 2109 as new Cold War tensions between alliance states and the United Nations escalated. These ships were designated as light cruisers Bunker Hill class and were designed to be fast, lightly armored, and heavily armed. The USS Lexington is one of 9 Bunker Hill light cruisers built between 2111 and 2127. During the first half of 2133, the Lexington was the first Bunker Hill class. The first propulsion system is the Orbital Maneuvering System. The second propulsion system is the Interplanetary Drive.
used for travel inside a star system. The third propulsion system is a conventional liquid-cooled nuclear reactor mounted forward of the engineering. The Lexington's principal weapons system is each drone. The Lexington is also armed with a close-in combat system, or CICS, that serves as a weapon system of last resort if any enemy drones or long-range weapons penetrated The Lexington's standard crew complement is 20. Her maximum complement is 25. With a combination of speed, range, and firepower, we are all familiar with the short version of the events that led to this terrible war. In 2082, a group of states led by the United States, Canada, Australia, and Japan decided that the cure was worse than the disease. The UN power structure reacted violently to the repeal attempt. States participating in the repeal campaign were targeted for brutal suppression by UN enforcement. Signatories to the Singapore Treaty formed the Alliance of Free States and announced their secession from the United Nations. They were joined by every major planetary colony settlement and orbital habitat. In 2085, large-scale armed conflict returned to Earth for the first time in over 100 years. The UN immediately invaded the territory of the seceding nations on Earth. UN hover tanks, troops, and ground support aircraft clashed with new alliance military units made up of men and women from alliance states who defected from UN control. The war ground to a halt after less than 2 months, as both sides ran out of soldiers, weapons, and... In 2111, the UN attacked again, and war returned on an interplanetary... This time, there was no truce. In spite of that, the war has continued despite the price paid by both sides because all of the combatants are convinced that they are on the right side. The UN firmly believes that unchecked technological development will kill off the human race. The alliance states are just as firm in their convictions that death is better than life without freedom and without forward progress. We are all in 28. The UN signal in 2085. The war ground in 21. The war has continued despite the price paid by both sides because all of the combatants.
Deck 6.
Computer?
Yes?
Are you now tied into all the nodes across the ship?
Yes, I have access to all of the ship's systems.
Give me access to subsystems, please.
What systems?
Weapons.
Please specify weapon subsystem.
CICS.
What would you like to know about the CICS?
System status, please.
The CICS sustained some damage during the attack by the Dharma's drones. Combat effectiveness is at 80%. The system is currently active and standing by.
List CICS system components.
The Lexington's close-in combat system consists of 8 missile launchers, 2 railgun turrets, and several chaff ejectors mounted at various points on the Lexington's outer hull.
How effective is the CICS?
The CICS can effectively protect the Lexington from an attack by up to 2 UN Gali-class battle drones, or any ship under direct human command, from a one-man fighter to a battleship.
What about multiple drones?
The CICS is not highly effective against drones. The lasers, railguns, and missiles are capable of intercepting and destroying enemy missiles and drones given enough time. Unfortunately, the time required to destroy even one enemy Tavet-class drone usually exceeds the time available during an attack.
The CICS doesn't seem to be very effective.
Every bit helps. In combat, you need every advantage you can get.
I'm done.
Acknowledged.
Give me access to subsystems, please.
What systems?
Navigation.
What do you wish to know?
System status, please.
The fusion pulse drive engines are operating within acceptable parameters. The FTL and intrasystem navigation subsystems, sensors, and data stores are all nominal. The Talsetto jump drive is operational and standing by, but we are several million kilometers away from the nearest jump point. The OMS suffered minor damage during the battle with the Dharma's drones, but is currently operational.
Where are we?
The Lexington is in a 0.2G powered orbit, 400 kilometers above the planet Persephone, codename Pandora, the 6th planet in the Deneb Kaitos star system, 68 light-years away from Earth.
Why are we in a powered orbit?
Standard procedure is to maintain a powered orbit so that the fusion engines can be kept ignited and pointed away from the planet's surface. A powered orbit also provides enough acceleration to keep objects on surfaces and feet on the floor.
Why didn't Captain Dana take the Lexington out of orbit during the fight?
He did. When the Dharma ordered the Lexington to surrender, the captain put the Lexington back into a powered orbit prior to evacuating the ship.
How do you know? You were disconnected at the time.
I gained access to all log information when you reactivated me.
I'm done.
Acknowledged.
I'm done.
Access terminated by user.